Students at Westwood High School are studying the 13th Amendment. Because of their methods of study, these students are exposed to the debate of a worldwide controversy.
We're a project-based learning school and they wanted to take it to the next place. And so they started doing research past the, just 13th Amendment, which ended slavery. And we're coming up to the 150th anniversary next year of the 13th Amendment. And our kids wanted to do something that was just worldwide and all that, so they started looking into what's happening throughout the world with slave trafficking, and they came back and they developed a project. And so we're here today as a part of that to bring awareness to the world that slavery exists in so many parts of the world today, and what can we do about it. And they've adopted the term that I really love. They're modern day abolitionists. So they're working today to educate the world globally of this problem, and how do we fight it, and how do we become a voice for everyone.
The students' research reveals the world of slavery today is also known as human trafficking. To help put things in perspective, Westwood welcomed Kenneth B. Morris Jr. to the school.
Our organization is Frederick Douglass Family Initiatives. I am a direct descendant of Frederick Douglass, the great abolitionist, and Booker T. Washington, the great educator. And what we do is we provide human trafficking prevention education in secondary schools, and the way that information is delivered is through a service learning curriculum called History, Human Rights, and the Power of One.
Morris is the executive director of the Frederick Douglass Family Initiatives, as well as one of the co-founders, along with Robert Benz, who is also the vice president.
We're dealing with past with the history portion, present with the human rights portion, and the future with the Power of One portion of the curriculum. And so, again, contextualizing the issue of human trafficking, we want young people to know that this really is slavery, despite being called this term, which sounds very transnational. It sounds like drug trafficking, and it's hard to understand what it is. So we want them to understand the context of slavery, and we also want them to understand that this is a contemporary human rights issue that we need to take action to address, and that's the Power of One part. We want young people to know that they have the power to do something about it.
In the mind of the public, we thought that slavery ended with the work of Frederick Douglass and the abolitionists and the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation and the 13th Amendment. But human trafficking in modern day slavery still exists in every civilized and uncivilized country around the world, including here in the United States. And it can be found in the products that we use and consume every day. For instance, there are kids that are slaves in West Africa that are picking the cocoa beans that make our chocolate. It's in some of the products that we wear and the t-shirts. You may have slaves that are working in India or other parts of the world that are in dangerous conditions and producing these products that we want to buy so cheaply. Frederick Douglass said it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. And we felt that we really could affect change around the issue of human trafficking in modern day slavery by starting with young people, starting with them being the ones that work on this global issue, and they become the agents of change in the community. So once they're working on these service projects, they can see that their voice matters, that they can affect change around a global issue. So that type of empowerment is something that they can extend to other areas like voting, so that if they can see that they can affect change around an issue as great as human trafficking, then placing a vote in a booth is something that they can start to believe that their one voice matters.
And now you have the basic concept of what is known as Globalize 13 and how Westwood students are entering a global debate.
Globalize 13, the project will commemorate the coming 150th anniversary of the 13th Amendment, which happens in December 6, 2015. So we have 150 schools that have already downloaded the Globalize 13 curriculum on our website, which is free. We'd like to see that by the end of the year increase to 200 schools, and then we'll keep increasing. Our goal is to get up to 1,000 schools so that throughout 2015, we can offer service project ideas to students that may include advocacy campaigns around federal bills that would address human trafficking. We're also asking schools like this one to be able to give back to us some of their creative ideas that we can share with the other 150 schools, the other 200 schools, so that by the time this project is in full swing, in the middle of 2015, we have tens of thousands of students speaking as one voice around this issue.
Anytime that we get to be part of a national campaign, something to really highlight what's happening nationally and globally, as Globalize 13 is, it's just exciting for our kids and for our faculty and for our schools.